still don't get it, do you? He'll find her. That's what he does. That's all he does. You can't stop him. He'll wait for you, reach down her throat, and pull her fucking heart out.
The glazing of Tank is out of control. People are now saying that this man is a Hall of Famer right now. Okay, well, let's see what you have to do to be a Hall of Famer. Let's talk.
Straighter, not a roundhouse right hand. And that's what we've been talking about, the straight shot. It's the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right? I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Okay. So, thanks to the beautiful Rachel Donaire, my friend, she sent me this year's Hall of Fame picks. This year. What you are looking at is what Rachel sent to me. These are the people who are up for the Hall of Fame. These people. And before we go into this any deeper, let's read it. Let's read what this is. This says, this is sent to all the people who have a pick, who have a Hall of Fame pick, who can pick the Hall of Fame. Please check the candidates of your choice. You may vote for up to 5 boxers. You are not required to vote for 5. All right? But you may not vote for more than 5. Ballots must be submitted by mail by October 31st, which is 11 days, 2024, or the next business day if October 31st is on a Sunday. 3 of these will be elected. 3 of these fighters will be elected. 3. Only 3. You can pick 5. You can't pick more than 5. You can't pick more than 5. And only 3 will be selected. And you don't have to pick 5. You could just pick your 3 and that's it. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42. So out of 42 potential inductees, this is this year's, out of 42, all the people who have a vote can only pick 5 out of 42. And they don't have to pick 5. They could just pick 3 if they want to. Out of the 5, only 3 are getting elected. Only 3. Only 3 out of the 5. So what criteria are we using? Do you know how difficult of a pick this is? How much, what you have to go through for this? There are some things that can stand out right away and make you go right to the top of the line. How many actual championships have you won? And how many divisions have you won them in? The top names at the time, did you fight them? Were you undisputed? Were you unified? Yeah, these are the type of things. How many times did you fight the top names? These are discriminators. These are things that separate one fighter from the next. There's 42 fighters potentially that can be inducted this year. 42. Of all the people that can pick, you can only pick 5. And of those 5, if the majority of you pick the same 3, well, then those 3 are getting in. Now, I really have an issue with you guys telling me that Tank is a Hall of Famer, because there are some names on here that I don't see how Tank passes them. Mikey Garcia, Meldrick Taylor, Manny Pacquiao, y'all. Manny Pacquiao, Joel Casamayor, Fernando Vargas, Chris Eubank, Lucian Boutte, Acelino Freitas, Antonio Tarver, Nigel Benn, Arthur Abraham. These are guys that fought in the Super Six. Wilfredo Vasquez, Vinny Pazienza, Sean Porter, Michael Nunn, Mikael Kessler. So y'all telling me he's a Hall of Famer right now? Right now is what y'all telling me. How does he get past any of these guys? If I don't even know who you could really put Tank in front of, to be honest. I'm not sure who you could put him in front of. Gervonta Tank Davis has fought 5 fighters. 5. These 5. He's fought these 5. He's fought Pedraza, Gamboa, Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia. Those are the guys he fought. Pedraza was a champion. He fought a champion. He took a belt from a champion. He fought Yuriorkis Gamboa for a minor belt. Vacant minor belt. He fought Leo Santa Cruz for Leo Santa Cruz's major title. He fought Mario Barrios for a minor title. And he fought Ryan Garcia in a money fight. That's it. Oh, what about Jesus Cuellar, BF? Jesus Cuellar was not the champion. The WBA did some skullduggery where they fucking took the belt from the champion who hadn't lost and just gave it to Tank Davis. Facts. They just gave it to him. Whole other story. These are the guys that were somebody. Jose Pedraza was a champion. He took that belt from a champion. Leo Santa Cruz was a champion. He took his belt from a champion. Yuriorkis Gamboa and Mario Barrios they fought for minor titles. The regular WBA, and Ryan Garcia was just a money fight. That's all it was. A big money fight. There was nothing else attached to that but a big money fight. That's it. Big money grab. So now that we've got those things cleared up, that these are the guys he fought. This is all he fought. How does that make this man a Hall of Famer right now? How is he a Hall of Famer, bro? I mean, I could do a few. I could just do a simple few fighters, bro. Not very many, because I'm not going to go through these at all. I'll go through 5, and these are the small 5. I could go through. In fact, I will go through 5. I'll go through 5. Let's just pick 5. Let's go with Arthur Abraham. So, Arthur Abraham fought. I mean, damn. Shit. Robert the Beast Eastman. He fought Kingsley for the IBF title, so that matches Pedraza. He fought Edison Miranda twice. Jermaine Taylor, Andre Durrell, Paul Froch, Andre Ward, Martin Murray, Gilberto Mendoza, and Chris Eubank. That's one, y'all. That's one. What about Nigel Benn? Nigel Benn fought Doug DeWitt for the WBO title, so that matches a title for title. He fought Iran Barkley. Iran Barkley is better than anybody Tank has fought. He fought Chris Eubank twice. He fought the G-Man, who is better than anybody that Tank fought. He fought Sugar Malanga. Sugar Boy Malinga twice. And then he fought for the WBC title against Galvano. How's y'all matching up? How's this matching up? How's it matching up? Yeah, because his Nigel Benn's rival was Chris Eubank. He fought him twice. See, Tank Davis's rival is, pick one, Vasyl Lomachenko or Devin Haney. He didn't fight neither one. What about Lucian Bute? Yeah, what about Lucian Bute, who fought later Alvarez? Adu Jack, James DeGale, Jean Pascal, Carl Froch, Glenn Johnson, Edison Miranda as well, William Joppy. He fought Alejandro Barrera for the IBF title and Saki Obika. How they matching up? I mean, that's 3. I'll go on the lighter end now. Let's try the lighter end. Let's try Joel Casamayor. Joel Casamayor for Juan Marquez. Diego Corrales 3 times. Acelino Freitas. I mean, look, listen, bro. Nate Diaz, Casitas. I mean, not Nate Diaz, Nate Campbell, Casitas, Robert Guerrero. It's like Castillo, Chico Corrales. How's that matching up? Here. Listen, bro. I know what. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go back to this. Wilfredo Vasquez, one of the greatest Puerto Rican fighters that ever fought, he has an opportunity to get inducted this year. Of these names right here, who is Pacquiao better than? His resume. Because it's not that he's a better fighter, it's not that he's a more destructive puncher, it's none of that. Better boxer, none of that. It's none of that. You getting into the Hall of Fame is based on your resume. That's what it's based on. It's based on your motherfucking resume, y'all. So I'm trying to figure out who on this motherfucker is Gervonta Tank Davis. Who on this motherfucker is Tank Davis gonna say, this guy? Yeah, it was this guy right here, man. This guy. This was the guy. You know, when I got this, I beat this guy and beat these guys. These guys that I beat, these were the ones. Who are we taking off? Who of these, what is it, 16? Of these 16, who we taking off? Who taking off? Who we putting? Well, we ain't putting them over of what's on this screen. Let's see, of what's on this screen. Let's try to drop some people. Fernando Vargas. We'll drop Fernando Vargas. We'll drop Chris Eubank. We'll drop Acelino Freitas, who defended his title like 16 times. We'll drop him. We'll drop Vinny Paz. We ain't dropping Mikey Garcia, because if Tank is in for being what, a 3-division champion, 35, 30, and 40, but 2 of those division, well, the second division just became a division when Devin Haney left it. But when Devin Haney was there as a WBA super champion, Tank wasn't champion. He was a Mando. That's what he was. He was the first mandatory for Devin Haney. So, who else can we drop? We'll drop Kessler. You know what? We'll drop Ben as well. Nah, we can't drop Ben, dog. Who else can we drop? I mean, shit. I don't think we could drop anybody else, bro. I'm trying to think, who the hell else can we drop? Can't drop Mikey Garcia. Eldrick Taylor, no. Manny Pacquiao, no. Joel Casamayor, no. Lucian Bute, no. Antonio Tarver. Beat Roy Jones, though. No. Arthur Abraham, I just showed you his resume is stacked. No. Wilfredo Vasquez, no. Sean Porter, no. Michael Nunn, no. Who of these guys right here? Of these, just these. Which one is Tank getting in over? Which one of these guys? Like I'm very intrigued to try to figure this one out. Which one is he getting in over? Is it going to be Antonio Tarver? Is it going to be Michael Nunn, Nigel Benn, Wilfredo Vasquez? Is it going to be Sean Porter? Which one is he getting in over? Not a damn one. And I drop people that he won't get in over either. And he's not getting in over any of these guys. None of them. Manny Pacquiao's a lock. He's a lock. That's one. Mikey Garcia, lock. That's two. Wilfredo Vasquez, lock. That's three. That's three right there. Sean Porter, lock. That's four. Now between Lucian Bute and Nigel Benn, which one of those is Tank getting over? Nigel Benn fought the G-Man. Which one of these guys is Tank getting it? Which one of these guys? Manny Pacquiao is lock. Mikey Garcia, lock. You can forget that. Wilfredo Vasquez, lock. Sean Porter, lock. So we're now looking at, we're looking at, hold up a second. So let's get the people off who are a lock. Matter of fact, let's do it like this. So Mikey Garcia is a lock. All right, Mikey's a lock. This is a lock. Manny's a lock. That's a lock. All right, Sean Porter is a lock. Sean Porter, this is a lock right here. So Sean Porter's going to the Hall of Fame. This is not even a question, bro. Sean Porter's going to the Hall. So there's three locks. Miguel Vasquez he's going to the Hall of Fame. For sure going to the Hall of Fame. So who is Tank getting in over? I mean, after those four at the bottom, then you have a Nigel Benn, Michael Nunn, and a potentially Arthur Abraham. Bro, who the hell is he getting in over? You still have motherfucking Lucian Bute, Joel Casamayor, Antonio Tarver, and Meldrick Taylor. Who is this man getting in over, bro? Who's he getting in over? You want to say Miguel Vasquez might not be a lock? Well, these three guys on the very bottom right here. Those three guys are, and as a matter of fact, I think Miguel Vasquez gets in before Sean Porter does. I think that's how that looks. The three on the bottom are a lock. Only three is getting selected. Only three. There's only three getting selected. Only three. Manny Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia, and Wilfredo Vasquez are basically locks. They're basically locks. See, you either have to defeat out these four, one of those four, or one of these four. Now, which one is Tank beating out? That's just to get his name to be one of the five. Yeah, that's to be one of the five. So which one are you beating out? And mind you now, they are looking at this. They are using this right here. And you want me to believe that Gervonta Tank Davis's resume is better than Wilfredo Vasquez, Manny Pacquiao, or Mikey Garcia? It's not better than anybody on this page. His resume is not better than Sean Porter's resume at all. It's not better than Arthur Abrahams. It's not better than fucking Nigel Benz at all, bro. It's not better than Antonio Tarvers. It's not better than Joel Casamayors, Lucian Bute, Arthur Abraham. It's not better than these guys. His resume is not better at all. So how is this beating Jose Pedraza, Yorkis Gamboa, Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, and Ryan Garcia? How does that put you as one of the 3? Because only 5 can be selected. So let's add Tank's name to this list. Let's add it to this list. Let's add Tank's name to this year's list, because y'all telling me he's a Hall of Famer right now. That's full of shit. No, he is not. But add his name to this list. Add his name. Who does he move out? Bro, that's just people. I picked some people, bro. I picked some people. I didn't even go over Chris Johns. I didn't go over Meldrick Taylor's. I didn't go over Fernando Vargas, Israel Vasquez. Didn't go over their resumes, bro. There's no reason to go over Manny Pacquiao's. Didn't go over them at all. Didn't go over Chris Eubanks, Darius Mikulchevsky's. I didn't go over these guys' resumes. I just picked a few. And Tank's resume ain't better than the few I picked. So how the fuck is he a Hall of Famer right now? How's he a Hall of Famer? When this is the list and the criteria is pick 5, and of the 5, only 3 are getting in. How's he a Hall of Famer? You guys just be talking, and the glazing and meat riding that you guys be doing. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis fights Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. He fights those 3 people. He beats those 3. Don't even got to beat them. Just fight them. You fight those 3 people, we have a different conversation. Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. We have a different conversation. Add in Shakur. You're just strengthening the conversation. You add those in, you're a Hall of Famer. Tank's a Hall of Famer by fighting the guys that he's supposed to fight. He's a Hall of Famer. No one's going to look at the Hall of Fame and say, well, we're going to put Tank in because Lomachenko ducked him at the end of Lomachenko's career. Yeah, because Lomachenko was calling this man out for damn near a decade, and this man was voiding him and ducking him. But at the end of his career, we're going to put him in the Hall of Fame because Lomachenko said he didn't want to fight him. Yeah, we're going to put Tank in the Hall of Fame because Devin moved to 140. Although Tank fought Mario Barrios at 140 and refusing to fight Devin at 140. But we're going to put him in there because Devin went to 140. We're going to put Tank in the Hall of Fame because, Shakur Stevenson had an injury. He didn't fight Shakur right away, so... Teofimo went to 140, so we're going to put Tank in the Hall. No, they're not going to do that at all. This man is not a Hall of Famer at all. 0, he's not. He's a rich guy. He's not a Hall of Famer. Who did he fight to be in the Hall of Fame? Who? What fighter did he fight that's Hall of Fame worthy? Leo Santa Cruz? Well, he moved down to 130 to fight him. He moved down to fight him. He didn't move up to fight somebody. He moved down. He moved down in weight to fight the smaller guy. That's what he did. And you guys are telling me because moving down in weight to fight the smaller guy, you're telling me that that makes him somehow a Hall of Famer. Well, let me help you guys out. Let me fix this man's resume so that you guys can see what would have made him a Hall of Famer right now. Let me help y'all. Now, let's take a look, because this is what a Hall of Fame career for Gervonta Tank Davis right now would look like. At 130, you fought Jose Pedraza. You beat Jose Pedraza. You got your IBF title, no problem. So instead of fighting bum-ass Liam in an IBF mandatory because unifications trump mandatories, you fight Jezreel Corrales and unify the IBF and the WBA. You could have did it. You didn't, but you could have. But this would have made you the IBF and WBA 130-pound champion. So instead of fighting Fonseca, you fight Alberto. You fight Miguel Berchelt. You fight Miguel Berchelt for the WBC title. That would have made you the IBF, WBA, and WBC champion. That's what that would have made you. So instead of fighting Jesus Cuellar and them just giving you the WBA belt, you wouldn't need to because you'd already have it because you would have beat Jezreel Corrales. So therefore, the only fight you would have had left, instead of them giving you the WBA strap, you would have fought Vasyl Lomachenko, and you would have fought that man for undisputed at 130. Yeah, and instead of you fighting Hugo Ruiz for nothing, you would have fought him for your first title defense of undisputed. That's how that would have worked. That would have made you the undisputed champion at 130 pounds, the undisputed champion. So when you moved up, everything that you did would have been no big deal, bro. It would have been no big deal when you moved up, right? You moved up, you fought Gamboa. No problem. No problem. You fight Leo Santa Cruz. No problem, bro. That's your first pay-per-view fight. No problem. No problem. You move down and fight Leo. No problem. You fight him at 130 where you were undisputed. No problem. No beef. Mario Barrios, your second pay-per-view. Why did you fight him? You fought Mario Barrios in June of 2026. See, the problem with that is the undisputed title fight between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. That undisputed title fight was in May. That was in May, the month before you fought Mario Barrios. So instead of you fighting Mario Barrios, you could have let those guys, well, they had already fought. That fight was already over with. You could have then fought the winner in November timeframe instead of fighting in December, which what you did against Pitbull Cruz, right? You could have fought the winner of this fight for undisputed, and you would have been then the undisputed champion at 140, right here. You would have been the undisputed champion. So then, hell, you could have dropped all the belts. No one would have been mad at you for dropping all the belts becoming undisputed at 140 and dropping all the belts and then moving back down to 130. Nobody would have been mad at you at all because you would have been right in line. Now you would have been undisputed twice at 130, undisputed again at 140. Now people would probably have said, "Why won't you go to 47?" But if you would have made the excuse of, "Hey man, it's this weight, it's too much weight for me," like you did against Barrios, well then going back down to 135 wouldn't even have been an issue. Everybody would have been like, cool, he dared to be great. He went up there, he was great, he beat the top dude, became undisputed, and moved back down. Nobody would have said a word. Nothing. So when you moved back down and you went to 130, this is what you did. You fought Rolly Romero, Hector Garcia, Ryan Garcia, and then Frank Martin. See, the problem with this is that Shakur Stevenson moved up to 135 and fought in April. See, you fought Hector Garcia in January. You didn't need to fight in January, and he didn't need to fight in April. You could have fought this man in like February. You could have fought this man in like, not even February. You could have fought him in January. You could have fought him on the same date instead of him fighting in April because he moved up in September. November, December, January. September, November, December, January. He had time. He had 3 months. You could have moved it to February. So instead of him fighting in April and you fighting in January, you guys could have fought in February. 4 months. September, October, November, December, January. You fight in February. It's 5 months actually. Shit, you had 5 months. 4 months would have been in January. 5 months would have been February. So you could have fought Shakur Stevenson instead of fighting Hector Garcia. You could have fought Shakur Stevenson. So then you go on, you fight Ryan Garcia, no problem. Get your Ryan Garcia fighting, bro. Ain't no one got no beef in that. No one got no problem with that at all. So you fight Ryan Garcia, and then after you fight Ryan Garcia, you went to jail, right? Devin fought the following month in May. And then after Devin beat Lomachenko, you went to jail. But you got out of jail in like June, bro. Like June, July time frame. You got out of jail in June, July time. So instead of you waiting around and doing nothing, and Devin going back and forth with Shakur, you would have already beat Shakur. Yeah, you would have already beat Shakur. You would have already beat Ryan. And instead of you fighting Frank Martin, you could have fought Devin Haney. Yeah, you could have fought Devin, bro. You could have fought Devin. So instead of you fighting Frank Martin, you fight Devin Haney. You become undisputed at 135 because that was what would have been on the line. Undisputed at 135. You would then fought Rolly, Shakur, Ryan, and Devin. Those are all the guys you would have fought at 135. That would have made you undisputed in your third weight class because Devin was undisputed after he beat Lomachenko. So had you beat Devin, had you fought Devin, and you got out in July, August, September, October, November, you could have fought Devin in November. In November, he moved up and fought Regis because you didn't even negotiate. You could have negotiated with this man. You could have started negotiation for a November fight. 4 months. Devin would have stayed to fight you. So then you would have fought Devin. Had you beat Devin, you'd be undisputed at 135. Undisputed. So then your your defense of undisputed would have been Frank Martin. Yeah, so instead of you going the route that you did, you would have fought Frank Martin, bro. So instead of you fighting Hector Garcia, yeah, you would have fought Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and then undisputed title defense would have been Frank Martin. I mean, once it was fine, once you put this together to make it look like this is a Hall of Fame resume. This is a Hall of Fame resume, y'all. This is a Hall of Fame resume right now. This is a Hall of Fame. That's Hall of Fame. That's Hall of Fame. That would be his resume. Pedraza, Corrales, Rochelt, Loma, Gary Russell, Gamboa, Leo Santa Cruz, Josh Taylor, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Frank Martin. That resume is a resume he absolutely could have did. Absolutely, 100%. And truth be told, there's really only maybe 1 or 2 people on here, maybe 3 tops, and that's pushing it. That's pushing it. If you want to say Gary Russell may have got him, right? Or Loma, maybe Gary or Loma back then, maybe it got him. So that's maybe one of those 2, and that's pushing it. And then Shakur or Devin, there you go. Of those 4 fighters, he may have lost 1 or 2 or none. In my opinion, he only loses to Devin, in my opinion. But again, of those 4 fighters between Loma, Gary, Shakur, and Devin, of those 4, he may have lost 1, maybe 2, maybe. But his boxing, he might have lost all 4. I highly doubt it. I doubt it. But it didn't matter if he lost or not. It wouldn't have mattered. Having these guys on his resume would have put him in the Hall of Fame right now. Right now. So he had the opportunity to be in the Hall of Fame. He just chose not. He chose not. He chose a different route. Totally different route. So when we're sitting back and we're looking at all these people, all these names that he's got to compete with, we're looking at all these names over there that he's got to compete with, and we realize that this man could have had this resume right here. It was well within his reach. He was the A-side to all these guys. He absolutely could have had this within his reach. Absolutely. The exact way that I said. The exact way. You can't tell me his size of the street because he's working with Top Rank right now. You can't tell me that. And that was really the only issue that he had with PBC and Top Rank. He didn't have no issues with no other fights, with nowhere else. It was PBC and Top Rank was the only issue he had. And so that would have been Lomachenko. But he was negotiating with Lomachenko. So you can't tell me Bob Arum is still the same Bob Arum. Still the same person. So you can't tell me, oh no, BF was size of the street. Well, he's negotiating on the other side of the street now. Hank is still with Al Heyman and PBC. And Lomachenko is still with Bob Arum. Nothing's changed. So every fight on this screen, he absolutely could have made 100%. He just chose not to. And you guys are trying to give this nigga a fucking, oh man, this guy's a Hall of Fame career with this. This is supposed to be his Hall of Fame right now. Because you guys are dick riders. That's why you dick ride this dude. Heavy and hard. One of y'all niggas gonna get pregnant. This is not a Hall of Fame resume. Not even close. That is. That is. This right here, even that shit. But this right here does not compete with that. Doesn't compete with that. Doesn't compete with this. Doesn't compete with this. It doesn't compete with that. Oh. That does. This right here surpasses them. It surpasses them. Gervonta Tank Davis doing this, what he did. The only names that you can say on this list right here to compete with him is Manny Pacquiao. No other name on that list, no other name over here can compete with this resume. No name over here. Not Mikey Garcia, nobody, not Mikhail Kessler, Chris John, nobody, Lucian Boutte, Arthur Abraham, none of these guys. None of these guys, none of them have a resume like that. Nobody. He'd be the only 3-division undisputed champion on this list. The only one. Manny Pacquiao's an 8-division champion. Yeah, but he's never been undisputed. Hank would have did it 3 times had he did what was within his hands to do, and he chose not to. This is a Hall of Fame resume. And he could have did it. He chose not to. He decided not to. And there was fighters that I didn't even put on here, like Tevin Farmer. They didn't put him on there. He could have fought Tevin Farmer. Regis Portgrave, didn't put him on there. Yeah, this is good enough. How I laid it out to you is good enough. This is a Hall of Fame resume. What he has is not. What he has does not compete with nobody over here. Nobody. He is not a Hall of Famer right now at all. But he could have been. He could have been. Salute to Rachel. Thank you for giving me this. Thank you for allowing me to do the work that I just did. BFTB, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Y'all need to cut the bullshit. Force this man to fight somebody. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, subscribe to my Patreon. And if you feel like supporting me, please support me in the PayPal or the Cash App.